I think it was one of the last songs we were doing. Somebody brought up, "Hey, should we do that in every song?" And I was like, "Yeah, we should do that in every song, and we're gonna." And I think it does it in every song on the record.
Welcome to Church Jams Now, the podcast where three former youth group kids and current music nerds deep dive into Christian music from the 90s and 2000s. Please grab your coat and join us on this adventure. With me, as always, a man who is known for his carelessness, Mr. TJ Smith.
Man, I've just been confidently dreaming over here, and it came to fruition. We're here. And we're gonna cover an incredible thing today.
All right, pause, TJ.
Sorry.
This is gonna get old.
Oh, we're going through all of it. A man without whom this show would become unglued. We are joined also by our beautiful Everlord, Josh Olson. Josh, how you doing?
Hey guys, happy to be here. I feel a little blurry-eyed because I'm like, do we have this many people in the Zoom call right now?
Yeah, it
feels a little careless. Maybe.
Feels like a Monday for sure. Well, Josh, I don't mean to cut you down sideways, but we have lots of guests. We have to welcome. We have not one, not two, not three, not five, 4 members of the band Fair. Hold on, I'm gonna say all your names, and then it's a free for all. We have Aaron Sprinkle, Nick Barber, Erick Newbill, and Joey Sanchez. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes, we are so excited, and we're gonna try to talk as little as possible because people have been listening to us for almost 200 episodes, and they've been listening to you for 0. So.
You're off to a very poor start.
I know, Aaron. I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best.
Would you call it poor old Lou?
I walked
Strike 2.
Strike 2. Yeah. Oh no!
I'm going to give you that one. That was my fault.
Okay.
Thanks,
TJ gets one.
He likes
I get a
TJs,
pass.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
fair.
yeah, Aaron. Let's go.
Okay, so here's the deal. Normally, when we have musicians on the show, I like to briefly talk about origin stories, how you sort of got involved, because we talk about quote-unquote Christian music from the 90s and 2000s. Since we have so many people, maybe we keep it kind of brief, but I'd like to know from each of y'all how you kind of all got together, what kind of music you grew up listening to, and I need to know what's the first album each of y'all bought with your own money. Let's start. Can we do Joey, Nick, Erick, and Aaron briefly, since you've already been on the show? Like I said, you're an old pro.
I mean, I just want to hear everybody's story of how they met me. That's what I want to hear.
Perfect.
Yes.
Also, I want to hear how you met
Also
Aaron.
include that.
That's all I'm planning on talking about.
Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
All right. Joey, let's start with you, man.
So, well, the first record I bought, I'm a preacher's kid, so that explains a lot about me. But the first record I bought was Dallas Home and Praise. Just a little
Wow.
a record called I Saw the Lord. So there's that.
That's a deep cut.
And it is, yeah.
Mhm.
It's hard to find now. And let's see, what was the How I Met Aaron? That's what the podcast is about? Yeah.
No, we're changing the name to How I Met Your Aaron.
How you got started in music, I think is what he was asking.
Oh, gotcha. I just started playing the drums when I was a kid, probably 4 or 5 years old, like the classic, started hitting, setting up boxes and pans in my living room. And then my parents ended up getting me a fake kit and then a real kit. And then, just been playing since then. And then we moved to Seattle. My dad got a job at a church. We moved to Seattle when I was 12. And my junior high and high school years were the early 90s in Seattle, which in my opinion is the best era to possibly grow up in and listen to all those bands. And so that's when I freaked out and fell in love with music. And I am going to tell one little Poor Old Lou story. My dad got me a Poor Old Lou tape for Christmas. We were only allowed to listen to Christian music, and I was not. I wanted to listen to Alice in Chains and Metallica and Pearl Jam, and my dad got me Mind Size, I guess, and I remember putting it in and ding and ding and ding and ding, and then I hear Hunter go. La, 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 la. And I was used to I'm used to Lane Staley. And then my dad was like, see, buddy, it's just got a good Christian positive message. And that was it.
And he was like, see, buddy, it's just as good.
Yeah, it totally was.
Just like Metallica.
Yeah.
It's just as good.
Yeah, it's just the same. Scott Hunter, the Lane Staley of
your
music.
youth. Really.
Yeah.
Great.
That was it.
That's so good. Nick, what about you, man?
Recap the question, how I got
how you got into music.
Okay.
First album you bought with your own money.
Album you bought.
Gosh, first album I bought with my own money was it was one of two tapes. It was either Alan Parsons Project or it was Chicago.
Cool. Love that.
That's what I bought with my own money. But I have an older brother, he's 4 years older than me, that has always been like the guy I looked at when I was younger as like, okay, what's he listening to? What's he into? And so that's where most of my early musical taste came from, was just...
And a lot of my early musical taste.
Yeah.
Actually,
hanging out with my brother and being like,
into
whoa, what is this? And so that's kind of where my my interest in music started, was a good older brother who let me come in his room and listen to what he was listening to.
There you go. And how did you get started, like, playing? Like, when...
I started playing... I was a youth group kid and listened to music, and I want to play music. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I had another one of my brother's friends that played bass, and I thought he was pretty cool. And so I was like, hey, maybe bass would be cool.
Yeah.
And so I talked my mom into buying me a bass, and then I didn't play it for probably 2 years, really. Just kind of sat around, and then I would pick it up once in a while, do some stuff. And then it didn't really happen until I met the other guy on this Zoom call, Aaron, at a youth group retreat. He was also into interesting, cool music, and so we're like, okay, let's start a band. And so that's kind of where we started. So that would have been like 6th grade, probably, or no, it wasn't more than that.
We met in
7th grade.
Somewhere between 6th and 7th is when we met. But
yeah.
The 50s.
So, 7th, 8th grade, probably 8th grade, we started getting kind of more serious about trying to make music and not just talk about it. And yeah.
Cool.
Just kept going from there.
I love that. Eric, what about you? What's your deal?
Yeah, what's my deal? Well, the the first record I ever bought with my own earned money was Posey's "Frosting on the Beater."
Nice.
And I think it was right around the same time that I bought another CD by a mutual friend of all of ours, Timothy James Meany.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at a summer camp. My first job was as a dishwasher at this summer camp when I was 14. And so this guy Tim was always playing like for the worship times and stuff. And so I bought his CD immediately. But I think right before that, I'd already bought Posey's, so they slightly win.
Good.
But I know, yeah, and I still have the actual copy too. I know. As far as getting into music, I grew up kind of singing in church with my family, played some trumpet, played some piano. And then at one point I really had my eyes on like becoming a professional baseball and basketball player simultaneously.
Okay,
but
Michael
then,
Jordan.
when you're like 4, 8 in 8th grade, things start to kind of not go your way in terms of basketball. So it was at that same summer camp where I kind of got back into musical interest and was like, I got to play guitar because I want to be the guy that's like leading worship or doing those different things, and quickly went from I wanted to be like a solo artist. And then similarly to Joey, my boss at that summer camp, this guy Jim, was like, "Hey, have you heard these like Christian bands like Poor Old Lou and these like local bands?" And I'm like, I haven't. And similar experience where I heard some of these kind of like early 90s alternative Christian bands, and it was like pretty quickly went from I want to play acoustic guitar in front of people to like I want to be in a band, you know. So that's kind of that's sort of my origin story.
Okay, I love that. So, Aaron, I got a different question for you because you've been on the show. We've heard your origin story.
Yeah, I know. Whatever you ask, I'm going to just answer whatever I want to.
That's what, you know what? Then I won't even ask a question. Aaron, the floor is yours. Whatever you want to say right now.
What I wanted to say is two things. One is I don't know for sure what the first album I bought with my own money is, but if I had to guess, it would have been the self-titled debut album from the band Crumbacher. Would have probably been my first thing that I spent my own money on. Nice. And if you don't know about Crumbacher, then that's probably good. And then what I'm going to quickly do is tell you how I met everybody in here.
Perfect.
Nick kind of alluded to how we met. We were at a church camp that was like a multi-church. We didn't go to the same really church or youth group, or maybe we did. I don't remember. But anyway, I was playing the theme song to the movie Buckaroo Banzai and His Adventures Across the Eighth Dimension on the piano. And Nick's brother Jay was a huge fan of that movie, and Nick was as well. And Jay came over to me and like, "Wait, are you playing the theme song to Buckaroo Banzai?" It was super random, and that's how we met. And then it was, just
that's great.
Fate.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, I met through an artist that I was producing, and Joey, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe Sherry Youngbird introduced us.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was producing her. She said that she had this kid playing drums for her that she wanted me to give a shot at playing on the record I was doing. And that, he was like, I forget, you were fucking like 16 years old or something.
I think I was 17 or 18.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, cool. And he was awesome, and we hit it off, and, there's great. A bunch more there. And then Erick, I think I met you because of West Dondo, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah. Like we played a show together.
Yeah, Erick had a band called West Dondo that was awesome, and we played a show together. And I became a fan of him, and which is why he was somebody that I instantly, like all of these people were people that I instantly wanted to play music with. And, Fair started as one of the iterations of my live solo band. It was there was a few different iterations of it. It was the one I liked the most. And then when I was like, I want to be in a band again, like a fucking idiot, I had that thought because that is the dumbest thought in the world. But I thought I want to be in a band again, and so it was just really clear to me that it was these guys. And
that's great.
How Joey and Nick met, I think, is cool too, because Aaron and I already knew each other. Joey and I already knew each other. I don't even know if I'd met Nick yet, but the three of them, Aaron got asked to do like a Smiths or Morrissey cover night at this club in Seattle.
Right.
Oh, good.
And I had a basement practice space in my house that I lived in college. And Aaron was like, hey, can we rent your practice space for a night and run over these Smiths songs? And so that was the first time Joey and Nick had ever met. Was there like in my basement, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I don't think, you forgot to pay me, I think.
That's actually what this is all about.
I'm kidding. I have no idea. But yeah, that was kind of a cool way that Joey and Nick ended up meeting too. Yeah,
I'm sure it slipped in my mind.
Do you guys happen to remember what Smith's songs you did for that?
I remember two of them. We did There's a Light.
He did Stop Me.
Stop Me.
Yes, Stop Me. And then last night...
last night I dreamt that somebody loved me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Late era.
But we did... Cool. It was at the Crocodile, and we did three songs. And I honestly think it's possibly per song, it's the best paying gig I've ever had in my life.
Totally.
It's just been downhill. It's just been downhill since then. Yeah.
Well, those cover nights were really popular for a while at the Croc.
Yeah.
I did that George Michael one too. That with Josiah and Will Holland.
Yeah.
I did that one. That was really fun. We did Father Figure. It was awesome.
The four of us did a Morrissey Smiths one too later on,
Yeah.
where we did. Well, I don't remember the name of the song now, so it's not helpful. a really cool Morrissey song.
We
It was
did
like
one of
not-
those.
It wasn't like a hit. It was like more of an obscure.
Oh,
one,
I think
but-
we did Interesting Drug. off of
Interesting
Running
Drug,
Drive.
yeah.
There you go.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so I want to kick it over. I want us to mosey on over to my favorite part of the show. It's Josh's Research Corner, where he's going to give us some facts about the album we're talking about before we get back into personal experiences and things like that. So,
Some inaccurate facts, most likely.
Yes.
But yeah, let's hear them.
for sure. Josh, be careful. We've already got 2 strikes. We cannot afford a third one.
Good luck,
Man,
guys.
brother.
I normally sprinkle in some some errors in there just so you catch me on them. But
Oh,
we'll see.
don't.
Yeah.
This time
Okay.
you got to be
Yeah.
you got to
All
be
right.
straight.
All right.
You guys, if he does get
Airtight.
anything wrong, I'll kick him out of the Zoom. It'll be
The
fine.
funniest part about
Sure.
that, in all reality, is I'm the least likely one to remember if it's accurate or not.
This
So
is
That's
absolutely
great,
true.
Josh. You can make up anything.
Yeah,
you can say
it's a
whatever
test
you
on
want.
Aaron.
Create
I'd be
a
like,
backstory.
oh, I forgot about that. Wild.
Just totally buy it.
That's great. All right, Josh, what you got?
Well, thank you for coming to my research corner. It's maybe better than the attic. We'll see. TBD.
Josh's research attic. I should have said that.
Research
I think you have
attic.
one song left or 2 songs left.
I know.
I've been looking ever since you started this shit.
Okay.
Oh
Just
yeah,
put it
well,
in.
I'm gonna bite my crime to see
Yeah, there you
when
go.
I can do it.
Oh.
There it is. Got him. I did want to say on episode that we have all 4 members here, but I think this is a Church Names Not First where we have literally the whole band in attendance. So congratulations.
true.
I think this is a new record.
You guys
We're
have a record.
Excited, yeah, for it to be y'all.
Well, don't forget the 5th member.
Pete
Lord.
Best.
Wait,
We
I
both
wanted
just
to,
went 2 different directions.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what you guys were going to say with who the 5th member was. That's the only reason I said that.
Joey raised his hand like he knew. So
I was just
I think
pointing
it's.
out.
I think it
good
was. I think the 5th member is Jam Man, but you know, which is Joey's Pearl Jam tattoo on his leg. So
Yeah,
of
he may
Jam
make
Man.
an appearance
Whoa.
later.
Oh, good.
there we go.
Should.
All right, get him up.
Definitely
get him in the
should.
frame. Yep. So of course we're talking about Fair's The Best Worst Case Scenario for its 20th anniversary. It was released June 6th of 2006. It is y'all's first LP. It was released on Tooth and Nail. It was produced by Aaron Sprinkle and Fair. Interesting choice, going with Aaron to produce this record.
Yeah, well, I
think it's
I
his
do want to
first
talk about how
gig,
you guys
probably,
We always
yeah.
talk about how bands decide which producer
How they pair up with
produces their-
producers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear that story.
Yeah, for sure. It was mixed by Jared McNeely and mastered by Troy Glessner. So we have a Tooth and Nail Trinity.
We have the Trinity?
as
There
we
it
like
is.
to say on the show.
Go.
We have a little sound effect too that we'll put in
Yeah.
post.
Nice
deal.
for the Trinity.
For the Trinity. Runtime is 12 songs at 44 minutes and 38 seconds. Artwork we sometimes talk about, but this one is pretty fascinating because this one was nominated for a Grammy for Best Recording Package from Ryan Clark's back-to-back Grammy noms from 2006 and 2007. It lost to, does anyone want to share who it lost to, unfortunately?
Johnny
You know?
Cash.
I used to know this.
Oh, no.
I know Johnny Cash was on there, and like maybe Tool.
Tool,
Or
maybe?
It was 10,000 Days by Tool.
okay, there we go.
Which is
That's
tough
crazy.
competition. They
Yeah.
always have like pretty big and sprawling
Yeah.
visual stuff on theirs. So pretty fascinating there. And then the last 2 things that I have is that the single was Carelessness, which I have the little CD copy of the single here. And then there is a B-side that was released that was on this little 3-song promo that Eric actually sent me this copy, I think like 7 years ago. So
I remember that.
yep. Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
What's the B side?
Yeah, what is
It's
it?
once again.
Once
Right?
again.
Once again.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Kind of forgot about that one.
You guys
I
could have
couldn't
said
even hum it
anything.
for
That
you.
was your chance. That was your
It's
chance.
a
We already
rocker,
talked about
guys.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, that should have been
We-
where we just
we-
throw in the
Heaven knows
the
I'm
wrong-
miserable now. Like obviously.
Yeah.
You guys covered it. It was cool. Yeah, but that about wraps up my research corner.
That was a cool song that we tried to rehearse to play it live one time, and it it sounded terrible. So we're like, well, let's just not do that song.
we did play it live one time, like really early on, and I think it was also terrible. But yeah, it was a hard one to pull off.
So I want to mosey on out of Josh's research corner, and I want to talk about just the to finish up this like the first part of the podcast. I want to talk about how you sort of the ideation process of this record, how it all kind of came together, and I love to know everyone's the mental space that they were in going into recording the record. So however you guys want to handle that.
Right now, my mental space is occupied by the fact that there's more than one part to this podcast.
Well, we take a break. We take a break. It's an ad break. It's an ad break. We got a mid roll, man. Come on.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna say one little thing and then kind of defer, but my time about this because I felt there's very much of I have a memory of being struggling through a bit of this as far as the inception goes and the songwriting process. I think there was some that came early. A lot of people don't know this, but like I think it was more of a thing where we knew we wanted to make a record, so we needed to write songs for it. I mean, there was some before, but I mean, as far as finishing some of them, and I could be wrong. You guys, please correct me if I'm wrong. Eric and I did a thing that I've never really done with anyone before, which is the most Lennon-McCartney that I've ever done, where there's songs that were almost completely written by Eric and songs that were almost completely written by me. And we both touched all the songs.
Right.
But, he was definitely writing songs in my voice, kind of, like in a way that I don't think anybody else could.
Right.
And
that's very cool.
And songs that people are surprised to find out, that were his inception, like he brought to the table.
Interesting.
Very close to being complete. But cool. Yeah, anyway, I can resign my time.
Sweet. I love that. So my question is, when was the decision made? And Aaron, was it, you had briefly talked about, you had the idea, you wanted to be in a band again. At what point was it like, oh, I'm not going to do this as Aaron Sprinkle. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is going to be like a collective, like it's going to be a band. Like I'd love to know kind of how that all came together.
Was the solo thing was always a struggle for me. I never planned on doing a solo record. Pamplin came to me and said, will you do a solo record? And I said, no. And they said, we have, I think it was $8,000, and I said yes. Yes. So, and so that was and I always felt weird about doing solo. So I always wanted it to be a band. I always wanted to do the cool thing, and even if it is solo, I wanted to name it a band.
Right.
And but this felt right with these guys, with the four of us. It felt more like a band, and it felt like I was willing to get vulnerable and take the risk. To actually, get back into a slightly democratic type of a situation, which usually ends poorly. But I thought these guys, I felt safe to do that. So, and they all wanted to do it. So, but yeah,
there is something, especially as like a songwriter, there is something vulnerable about opening up and having a more democratic process that I feel like is not talked about a whole lot.
And it's not even just about the songwriting or the sounds. It's there's usually becomes this uneven balance of like people that want to do more and people that can't do more or don't want to do more.
Yeah.
You get into this thing, and there's a lot of traps that come with being in a band, especially when it's not something where you're young and you're trying to make it full time and do this full time thing. It's like a side thing in a lot of ways. Which I have a really funny story about later, but I'll tell. But,
I think we had kind of a nice like on ramp to the band too, because like you guys had kind of like you did the cover night thing, and you'd sort of started doing something. I don't even know if it had a name. Maybe it was Koi, or there was sort of this like progression of things happening, and then you brought me in, And then it was like there were already some shows booked. So we're like, we're gonna play kind of a combination of like Aaron's songs, some Rose Blossom songs, and like if we happen to write a song this week,
Yeah,
maybe we'll play that song.
that's
So
right.
that started to happen, and then like at some point the name got decided on. So it was like, okay, we actually had kind of conversations about like when will we become fair? You know, like like we know what we're headed toward, but like we need enough songs that aren't previous bands or project songs to then sort of have like a whole set of music. And then obviously, like Aaron said, we were planning to record too. But it was a pretty natural on ramp.
So when did you guys make that decision then? And was it like, when were you guys like, we're fair?
Well, I mean, I don't know when the transformation was complete, but I had this really shitty solo record deal with Brandon. That
Did it feel unfair?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
It was actually, and that's a whole other podcast episode. But
Yeah.
I basically asked Brandon if I could do a couple, fair records and have it go towards completing this awful record deal. And he, so that was, we kind of I actually converted it to fair, and then I had to convert it back to Aaron Sprinkle in the end to fulfill it.
Oh, wow.
With real life. Yeah. But,
Crazy.
But yeah, so we kind of knew we would get to do a record before we even, and it would be on Tooth and Nail and stuff. And that was a huge incentive too, to kind of, for me to feel part of the scene that I was building as a producer and such a part of as a producer. Right. That was part of the momentum for sure.
I love that. Okay, so I do want to go around and talk specifically about the Headspace thing, about what you guys were feeling going into recording this record.
I had worked with Aaron. Aaron and I had been, he would hire me to play drums on stuff where we would do different variations of Koi and different things. So we had been working together for a long time, and Nick and I had for not as long, but I just remember when we started playing with Erick, and when we started making the record or maybe even doing demos, or I just started hearing some of these songs he was bringing in, and I was like, oh my God, these are so good. And they were really, really different. I mean, I tell people, I was listening to this record leading up to this, so many songs and different things like, The Attic, Carelessness, Unglued. I can still hear Erick's like, just kind of shitty little demo or whatever. But I was like, wow, this guy's writing was really different. And then kind of to Aaron's point, it felt like he was writing it like it was just working together. It was really, really, for me, that was kind of the most exciting part to do it. Headspace wise, my wife and I think our daughters were 4 and 2 at the time. We all had full-time jobs. So we had done enough of as Aaron said, it was about making a good record. It wasn't necessarily about, let's get in a van and go play 200 shows. That was never really going to happen. But I remember I would get off work and I would go to the studio, and part of it was the vibe at Capitol Hill at that time. The studio was such a cool place, and it was just so inspiring to go there. But it was just I just remember how much fun we were having putting these songs. And a lot of times I would be doing drum parts, and the guys would be in the control room, and the songs just allowed so much creativity. Along those lines, I was listening to it with my wife in the car maybe 6 months ago. I play and tour with a country artist here in Nashville, which I'm grateful for. It's just very different kind of music. And The Attic came on, and I go, oh, look at that. That's back when I used to be creative.
You don't just have to do train beats.
But so that, to me, that's kind of the headspace I was at, where I was just so excited to be a part of something that we were literally watching come to life, which to me, that's kind of why I think we all started wanting to be in a band together anyway.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like not a band as far as like, we're going to take on the world, but we were very much a band of 4 really good friends that were determined to make this really great record. And it was really awesome to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, I remember feeling this vision that I had been chasing with Rose Blossom Punch in particular, that was incomplete. It felt incomplete. Like I didn't get to actually see it through, and that this was an opportunity. And I had learned so much and grown so much from producing all this other music for these other artists and doing some solo records that I felt ready. And then Erick sort of seemed like completing the picture for me because I wanted to be able to compete with this British music that was so inspiring to me at the time. And Erick was really into that same kind of stuff. And Nick was too, and Joey was too, but Erick kind of was to me the final piece that I needed to be able to, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can have a shot at actually. And it wasn't about the recognition. It was just about kind of fulfilling it for myself, really, more than anything.
Sense.
Yeah, the actual creative side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling that fulfillment of collaboration with the right pieces in the
people.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I came in to it with Erick and I became friends, but honestly, I didn't know his music previously.
Yeah.
Famously did not watch his band play.
That's right.
When they played with Rose Blossom.
When we played together, you
When we
pieced
played
out.
together.
Yeah.
I pieced out. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But then along those lines, obviously I've been playing, Aaron and I have been playing music together for a very long time. From early stages where it's in Forley, where it was very, very collaborative, to Rose Blossom, where it was more Aaron's like, here's the songs, and then now let's kind of massage them, to Fair, which was sort of that way, but it was more like two main songwriters with Aaron, which I already knew he's a great songwriter, and Erick came in, which I was like, oh my God, holy shit, this guy can write some great songs too. And so it was really fun to work, kind of meld both of those songs and like kind of put them all together, figure out which ones we thought were going to really work well cohesively in the album, and then just get to work. And like, because a lot of them were written, we hadn't played most of them together live. We were like, it was like songs being brought in and then all of us getting together and working them in the studio. And so that was great fun for sure. And just a very creative process.
That's very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Erick.
Yeah, it might be. I was gonna say, in terms of headspace, it might be for sure one of the best headspaces I've ever been in as an artist. I think what was a lot of fun for me was, and other guys have talked about it a little bit, was like, me writing for someone else's voice intentionally is something had never done before that, and have certainly never done since. I'm not down in Nashville with Joey trying to write songs for T Swift or whatever. It's like that's not. I've always just been in bands and written my own shit. But like, Aaron and I worked a lot. Like, so the songs that like I brought in, I think we did a little more pre-production on. Like, even Aaron would like come over to my house and we would kind of dink around on stuff. And then I think for the songs that Aaron wrote, like a lot of that happened in the studio more spontaneously. Like I remember walking in one morning, or we walked in one morning, and that B-side once again, which Aaron, you don't remember at this point, but I remember walking in and you'd just been working on it, and you're like, here's what I did in the last 20 minutes. And I was just like, hold on a sec. Like, let's make this into something. So like your part of it was like really spontaneous and like very much in the studio. And then I came in with like a bunch of kind of existing stuff. And then all four of us were just like, it was just all these puzzle pieces that were kind of coming together, almost like Matrix style. It was like a really good flow. And I don't think, I don't think we got in an argument about anything even one time. It was just like, we were just having a really good time working on the songs together.
It's very rare that happens and the end product is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right, yeah. Everyone's really agreeable, and then it sucks.
right?
I remember one conflict that was brought up that I still think about all the time, and it just makes me laugh so hard.
Oh, yes, please.
I remember that. So, there's a thing that people do where they do what people sometimes refer to as a down chorus, where the beginning of the last chorus, everything drops out but a few things. This is something that I do a lot. And I remember I think it was one of the last songs we were doing, somebody brought up, hey, should we do that in every song? And I was like, yeah, we should do that in every song, and we're gonna. And I think it does it in every song on the record.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that was me.
Yeah, it probably was you. But it's funny because it's one of those things as a producer, I've come across that kind of stuff so much with other bands, where they're like, should we do that every time? Or that guy's bass line sounds like the vocal melody of this song. People just freak out about these weird little things that people don't notice or think about ever.
Right.
Like, no one would listen to a record and go, they did that in every song. They
Except
just
for
either
us.
like it or they don't like it,
Yeah.
So, and I was like, well, I'm definitely not changing this song. So if you can think of another song that I would change, I maybe, but yeah, that's the only conflict I remember. And besides the internal conflict that was going on within me, because I was definitely in a little bit of a dark place during a bit of that record, which comes out in it and in some really beautiful ways, I think.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm excited to dig more into it. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get the party started with the best worst case scenario by American rock band Fair.
I was going to say, Eric, make sure you log off your game first so they had your gaming headset on there.
Eric looks like he's getting Halo ready.
I would pay money. No,
Not
I
even a
would pay
game, not
money
even a
to
game.
see a selfie of Eric in that, in Walmart, like those truck drivers that just wear their headset around in Walmart.
yes.
Like that's what I want to see.
It'd be a good ad.
I've been
I
waiting
would buy that
40 minutes.
headset.
I've been waiting 40 minutes to say that. So
And I don't even
killer,
game.
dude.
Yeah.
It
Thank
looks
you so
killer.
much.
I don't
appreciate
even
that.
game.
Take it to the bathroom with you and maybe put it in the toilet.
It actually it actually looks really, really good, Eric. Like,
You look like a
so
professional
much.
Twitch streamer. Yeah.
This is the guy.
Joey, I'm really impressed that you waited that long.
Dude, I've been trying to. When Eric was talking about his headspace, I wanted to say
what about
less headspace, more headset. It's been right here, dude. It's been difficult.
Kylan, there's a band that I think we both really like that they are on. Let me tell you, they're on Collide Records. You can get a couple records from them. And I don't know why we've never done an ad for them before.
Do you want me to guess?
If I give you a hint of one word of how to describe the record, you could say sweetness.
Jimmy Eat World?
Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, guess what? I love that band. I don't know if you know this about me. Which record is turning 25?
Bleed American.
That's
Bleed American,
right.
baby. The one that put them on the map. And let me tell you, they have the vinyl in stock at CollideRecords.com, which I don't actually have the vinyl for this record yet.
Oh,
and
dang, I don't either.
I love that the vinyl includes their cover of Splash Turn Twist, which
Oh, nice.
I love that version.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's so good. So, one, Bleed American, arguably a perfect record already in its own right.
for sure.
And then you get the fun bonus track of Splash Turn Twist on the vinyl to close it out.
At
It's pretty
full
great.
price, right?
Well, you can pay it at full price if you want. Or you can use our little promo code, Church Jams Now, all one word. You get 20% off your first order.
What? I can just use my fingers and get 20% off my first purchase?
Yep. And then you can splash, turn, twist your way to listening to this on your record player.
Amazing.
If only there was a way to get it faster. The only way to do that is to order it right now from CollideRecords.com.
That's right. And use promo code ChurchJames now for 20% off your first purchase.
Oh shit! You guys, Street Fighter 868. He's logging on.
Street Fighter 868.
Street Fighter 868. Great handle.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll take that if it's not being used.
Right.
Aaron used to get accused of trying to produce conversations.
Let's move it in this direction, guys. Let's bring the course. Let's bring this conversation down so that we can bring it
Let's
back
do
up
a down
again.
conversation.
Down conversation.
We're going to do a down conversation.
And then bring it back up.
The down course thing, I had totally forgotten about that debate, but not it came back. And I think since then I've thought about it for literally every song I've ever been a part of for the last like 22 years or something. It's like,
It's a great
do we,
learning
don't
moment.
we, do we, don't we? Like,
That's so funny. I love that. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those ads as much as we enjoyed making them. Of course, we're still joined by the fair gentlemen themselves. We're talking about the best worst case scenario. Before we get more like deeper into the album, we always ask if anyone has general thoughts. And I had a question. I just had a titling question in terms of the album and song tracks in particular. I would love to know where the title of the album came from.
I mean, I thought of it. It kind of fell in line with my...
No, that's fine. You don't need to answer anymore. You thought of
Okay.
it. Perfect. Good answer. Moving on.
Well, I shouldn't say I thought of it. I realized it. I discovered it.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't like to take credit for stuff like that. I used to, but I don't anymore. It kind of fell in line with my thing with like I liked to kind of troll people with the names of albums, like Lackluster and Sorry to Disappoint You, and that kind of stuff. And this kind of felt that way to me, but I just thought it was funny. I thought it was cool and interesting and funny, and it just set a tone. It's like you got to think of something. Might as well be that.
Well, and I do like that on the record, like best is italicized, so it's like the best worst case scenario. So even like the title is.
There was like a worst case scenario handbook that had come out.
Yes, the yellow one.
Yep.
Yeah,
the yellow
and
one.
I definitely was inspired by that too, for sure.
I love that.
And a really quick side note on the artwork, I think is fascinating, is one of the things that I tended to always do with Ryan whenever he worked on anything is to not give him any direction at all.
Oh, that's great.
Like literally let him do whatever he wanted.
That's very
The
cool.
only thing I said is you have to listen to the music. You can't just do whatever you want.
Right.
And so he just took that. And there might have been some influence later on from people, but I don't. There wasn't any from me. But
No.
he just took it and ran with it, and then that was the only thing that got any accolades. So that's pretty sweet.
He came into the studio and we were like probably 3/4 of the way done.
Yeah,
with the record and like listened to stuff and was like, okay, I think I got it.
yeah.
And then I think he was kind of going for like, I mean, not that we've done 10 albums, but he's like, if you guys do 10 albums, like this is going to be your logo. Like he was trying to go for like kind of a like Travis or Blur, like they have the same thing, throughout. But he got super inspired by it. And then just like, I mean, I think what it ended up as was like pretty close to what he started with in terms of like overall concept. And we were just like, dude, yes, this is great.
Great.
Yeah.
I would say it was a definite joy working with him. It's like that was the most fun for doing any kind of like, artwork that involves us having to be there.
Right.
He was amazing to work with. Like it was actually a really great
Did he present y'all with like multiple initial ideas, or was he like pretty confident?
I don't
he was
think
like,
he
this
did.
is
I think
it?
he just pitched us like his idea that he had in his heart, kind of a thing.
Cool.
I know that he used to do multiples for stuff, but I mean, he did. My favorite art of any album I've ever been a part of is Water and Guns, and he did that, and that's like, I think that's his peak ever. Like, I want a giant poster of that. It's just beautiful.
That's cool. I love that it includes like even into the artwork, sort of, Aaron, what you were talking about, that like vulnerability of just like sort of trusting everyone that they're really good at their job. And I think it ended up being sorry, this is a part of the show where we gas up the guests. I think it ended up being an incredible product. Like, I think it's so good. I think you guys ended up with something genuinely like really special where everyone was sort of at the top of their game. So I want to get into some nitty-gritty stuff we can talk about. Do you guys have any specific tracks you want to talk about? Is there anything? If not, I've got more questions that can keep us on rails.
mean, I definitely wanted to bring up the fact that I still think Carelessness is one of the greatest songs ever. And I didn't write that song. Erick wrote that song.
Though it did have a different chorus at first.
Yes, but I mean the opening of it is. I remember just getting chills making that. Like I was like, okay, we're on to something here. This is so sick, you know. Yeah.
Fun one to work on. It was like very different.
I have a question about Carelessness. There's a vibra slap after the chorus, right?
There sure is.
Oh yeah.
Yes, hell yeah, man. That might be one of my favorite moments on the entire record.
That's for sure, Aaron, being like, this is happening right here.
I do. I put vibroslap everywhere I can.
In between tambourines.
It's like chorus tambourines and vibroslap. You can't, you can't get away from those tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Is it anyone's favorite song? I'd love to know. Just I'm going to throw that out there. Like if you have a favorite on the album, I at least want to hear from each of you.
It's hard
about
for
that.
Unglued to not be my favorite, but I don't know if I have a favorite. Unglued was like just fun, you know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a killer song and really
Was
fun.
it always going to be the closer?
No, that song was 3 different songs. Like,
Oh, really?
we were just like, I don't know if we needed more material or whatever. We're just in the studio. Like there was kind of a studio A and a studio B, and like people were doing stuff in A and I was over in B, just pulling stuff up my hard drive. And for some reason, like had this weird moment of clarity where I was like, oh, these 3 things kind of could be one thing.
Yeah, you can mush
And
them
then,
together.
and then somehow whatever mushing happened.
You can glue
and
them
then-
together before it
you
becomes
can-
unglued.
yeah, before you unglue. Ayo. Yeah, so it lost my train of thought a little
Paranoid
bit. Yeah,
Android
sorry.
was 3 songs.
no, you're fine. That one came together
That's
that
pretty
way.
sick.
So yeah, and then obviously having the Duprees on there was kind of a dream to pull it all together. But yeah, that was a fun song to make.
Feel like Unglued. That was another one that when Eric brought it in, like what Nick's playing in the drums was just it's really different. I don't even know kind of how we put that together. And then, you know, with the chorus just being, you know, doing this. And then even at the end of the song, it never like straightens out all the way. At least the drums don't ever really like resolve into, which was just, I don't know. To me, it's that one and The Attic are my personal favorites. Maybe that's selfishly as a drummer, just it was so fun to try to do something that I still feel like 20 years later, there's not really anything that sounds like that. And this is a credit to Aaron and the production side. I just think it sounds so freaking good. It still does. And I also love The Attic because that's my wife singing on the chorus with Aaron.
Oh, that's cool.
And I like
that.
I love hearing their voices together. But that one was...
She was the lower one, right?
Totally. Her voice is lower than Aaron, for sure, yeah.
I think that was a dig on me, not her.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah. You can take the think out of there. Yeah. And then the other, also when Aaron wrote the Dumbfound game, I feel like was the closest that, for me personally, felt like playing on a Soundgarden song.
Dude,
because it was just kind of...
Yes, it's so mathy and weird.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Aaron
count.
was just like, go for it. He's like, just go for it, dude. Just play fills. And I'm like, I don't even know what that was, but it was awesome.
Joey still doesn't know how to play that.
God,
No, I can't. I tried. I hurt my back. I tried to play it the other day. I threw my back out. Yeah.
No, I did want to ask because I was like, is this a weird time signature? What's
Yeah,
happening?
is it in 7? That
Who
like
knows?
the outro jam at least?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is in
I
7
don't
and it goes back
know
to
enough
4.
about
Yeah.
That's so
anything
validating
to tell you
because it does not
Yeah.
feel like 7 at all.
Yeah,
That's the drummer.
yeah.
But it
Demos,
does.
baby.
Yeah, I designed it that way. Definitely.
Crazy.
It was engineered to be in 7, but not feel like 7.
Like,
There was
I'm not going to admit how many times I ran it back to try to figure it out.
Oh no, you have to. You have to now.
7.
A
It's
lot.
7.
You did it
Hey,
7
AI
times.
can do it.
That's true.
That's great. It is fun that you guys like up top how much you talked about Unglued, because this is also like, I mean, not that like streaming numbers like mean anything, but I do find it really interesting that on Spotify, Unglued is the most streamed song on this album. And
Yeah,
I
that's
find
cool.
it really rare that the closing track of an album is the most streamed. So I don't have anything else beyond that. I found it
I was
interesting.
there was some podcast I was listening to recently. It doesn't matter who, but with a musician talking about a record. They were just like, back in the day, you would always try to put like the best songs, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever. Like I know with this, we didn't. I forget how we arrived on the track listing, but there was a lot of roundabout. But it was like that just felt like such a closer. But like you're right, people don't necessarily focus on closers, but it might be like one of the better tracks on there too. So like, and obviously having like the Duprees on there probably didn't hurt people finding out about it. But
True. True.
Yeah.
As far as songs that I incepted, that like Monday to me was the song where I was like, okay, this is it. Like, oh, this is the record. We did it. Like, that's how I felt about
this. Is the sound. This is
There was that moment. Not to interrupt you, but there was that moment. Nick and I think maybe probably all Nick, Joey, and I, we all went to like the bar next door or something for a while. And we
went there to witness
to win souls, to be
in the world, but not of the world. Joey.
Just to be clear, just to witness.
So like,
we understand.
Second
into the trenches.
I opened up a fresh copy of this right before this podcast because I had a shrink wrapped one, and we thanked that bar, the bus stop that I'm about to talk about.
Oh, nice! I love that place.
Anyway, we were at the bus stop, and Randy Torres, who was around kind of for the whole record, roundaboutly, and Aaron were like back at the studio working on Monday, and we took a break. We came back a couple hours later, and there's that point in the bridge, I think, of the song where it just does like Aaron does like a high vocal thing, and there's all this stuff happening, and like that wasn't part of the song when we went to the bar 2 hours before, and we came back and they're like, hey, I think we figured something out cool here, and we're just like, whoa. So I would agree with you, Aaron. Like there was a moment with Monday in particular where it was like something like unlocked.
Aaron was belting it out in the live room, which is not a common occurrence.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. So that actually brings me to something, Aaron. I wanted to talk to you specifically about the sort of like balancing of producing your own record with these other guys. I'm not sure what my exact question is, but I would just love to like get a little bit of insight. Okay.
It's like you're a band member and you're trying to be collaborative, but you're also producing.
It's like being like being. It's very similar to Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Hold on. Woody Allen being in his own movies, where you're like directing and acting, right? Like you're essentially like filling two different spots that are two very different skill sets.
And both very demanding.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've had this conversation a lot, and I just had it again, even more in depth with Cody from As Cities Burn, because I'm making an As Cities Burn record right now. And
wait a minute, what?
Yeah, and
kidding.
To me, they're not different. That's why it works. Mm-hmm. They are not. They're like, so I don't like, even when I'm producing another band. In the best scenario of that, I'm in the band for that moment, right? At least I'm given the same autonomy that I would have if I was a band member, right? Yeah. And now, not every record is like that I've produced, obviously, and so it maybe is a little bit there is more of a separation. But to me, like writing the songs and performing the songs and engineering the songs and producing the songs and mixing the songs is all just making the songs. That's it. So it isn't that hard for me for some reason to do that. And the only reason I started producing was because I was making my own songs. I didn't start producing other people's songs, right? So it's kind of always been how I've made my own records. I've never, other than a couple Poor Lou records.
Well, and I feel like a good artist has that innate sensibility to not really worry about distinguishing and not being overly precious about the role. Understanding the different roles, obviously, that's important.
Yes. Now,
but understanding also that they blend
think that, yes,
quite a bit.
100%. And I do think that some people do have a hard time having perspective on their own performances, or, when they're coming down to like making decisions about stuff. they have a hard time with that. And I'm not even saying that I don't have a deficit there like everyone else does, but what I am is very decisive. I can just be like, nope, this is it, and we're moving on, kind of a thing.
Yes.
So I think that's where
I love that.
I'm able to move through those spaces.
Well, and again, if you have like your Lennon to your McCartney, and you've got great collaborators in general for people who all together are like able to form the Zord of Fair, you know.
And that is the difference with these guys in particular, is I trusted them more than anybody else I could work with. So if they were like, that sucks, you know, then I would be like, oh, maybe it does.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But that vibro slap is going in at the end of the course.
Going in.
Whether you like it or not.
Vibro slap.
yes, there were some times where I had to lay down the law.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
This is what I'm going to do. So
So it's just happening. That's great.
Bring it to the producers.
So then how did the vibro slap transfer to live performances? Joey, was that you? Were you a vibro slap guy?
yeah, I had one on my knee.
I just imagine you were just handed a vibro slap right before you go on stage. You're like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Cody from ACB told me that he was in the studio back in the day once, and they had this huge banner in the live room that says, "I don't care about your fucking live show." Because the producer had been asked so many times, well, how are we going to do that live? How are we going to do that live?
Yeah, he's like,
huge banner up.
Was that Goldman? Was that Goldman that did that?
It probably was.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's great.
I remember I totally forgot about the bus stop, which was such a cool bar. It's not there anymore, is it?
It makes sense. It makes sense that you forgot, but
yeah. The whole block's not there.
Well,
It's dead.
We have
decimated.
We have the bus stop tangent for just a second. What was your drink of choice at the bus stop? Or sorry, what was your opening line to witness to people / favorite drink at the bus stop?
It could also be the name of a drink.
Yeah, it could also be the name of a drink.
I think those were back. I think that was like rum and or maybe rum and diet.
You're right.
I was watching my sugar intake.
It was rum and diet at the bus stop.
That's exactly what it was.
About it. Oh my lord!
So this block,
with a lime,
guys,
With
this
lime.
block
Lime.
across the street from the compound had, let's see, Cha Cha Bus Stop, Man Ray, Kinkora,
Bimbos.
but it had this one block had 4 or 5 bars in it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like almost all bars, right? And Bus Stop was this tiny little one.
Yeah.
And it was I have a bunch of really funny stories about that bar in particular, but I remember and I don't remember if it was at this time, but it probably was because I stopped drinking shortly after this. But I was really into these like Russian digestif. Like these real weird, piney, like they tasted like Christmas trees, kind of like
Fernet,
like
chartreuse,
like real
those
weird.
sort of,
they were so weird, but I was like really into those, and they were very upsetting. But you kind of made you feel like a man.
Yeah, dude, I went through that phase too. I get it.
Yeah,
I'm still in it.
Well, the reason I brought the bus stop up again is because I do remember this was another time where I think the three of us kind of went to bus stop for a while. Aaron was there, and it was "Forget You Out Alive" with John Davis from Super Drag. Played, was it Lap Steel? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Played and sang on it.
Sang on it, yeah.
And sang on it. And John,
Pedal
who's
steel,
become
I believe,
a good buddy here in town, and I ended up getting to play with him here in Nashville. But at the time I was such a big Super Drag fan. And then he had just put out that gospel record that we were freaking out about. And through a mutual buddy of ours, Ethan Luck, who knew John in Nashville, he was going to play on it. And we were at the bar for a little while, so it might be a little hazy. But I feel like when we came back, I remember, I don't know if Aaron had gotten the files, but he basically played John singing and like harmonizing with Aaron and just losing my mind. I couldn't believe that John Davis from Super Drag was singing on our record.
That's cool.
And that was another moment that was just like, wait, what? And that song, which is that's one you wrote that, right, Eric? That's one of yours, I think.
Yeah.
Get You Out Alive. That was just such a cool moment. As Eric was saying, where we would come back in, I'm sure Randy was there too. And remember driving up I-5 at night, we were just so excited. because we knew that we were creating something that was, I don't know. As I said earlier, I think that's why we all wanted to be in bands to begin with, was to create together like that. And that was so cool that John did that.
And we had like a month in the studio, I think, was another thing that like is a huge theme around this record working the way it did. Is like, I mean, I have definitely not since then had like 30 days plus of just like you're in the studio basically like as much as you want to make this thing. So like, yeah, there were a lot of those ins and outs, and like you say, driving home and listening to this stuff, and it just was it was like an endless summer camp. At least for me, it was.
Yeah.
Like I even worked out a thing with my job that I had at the time where like I would go to work for like 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then like because of the advance I got from the label for publishing, I could like not work my job and like just go to the studio. So it was like just be there all the time.
That's great.
And so I think that's
Erick,
really,
was this job as an official Twitch streamer?
No,
you know what?
No.
Like,
this was before Twitch. He was playing Halo professionally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm gonna take my second break, which is gonna be a forever break.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Forever break.
This was when we, just not to get too far off the topic, but this is the time when we were in there when you guys made Erick and I play Halo against each other, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
And
you guys were very drunk too.
And even if we were stone cold, cold sober, it didn't matter. Like we were terrible.
It was legendary. How funny this
like
was.
Nick would run into one wall, I would run into a different wall.
And they'd spin around, look at
we just jump around each other all the whole time.
We couldn't even slap each other to death. It was just
it was epic. Yeah,
I love that.
What would you call it? A dumbfound game?
Ooh,
yes. I would, to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay. Did any of you get out alive? Because that is my favorite song. I wanted to say, Joey. There you go. I want to know if the hammer bells that replace the piano tag once, I think, was that also an Aaron, no veto situation? Or how did that come to fruition? And is it only in there once? I tried to.
It's just
in the last
one time.
Last chorus, is that right? At the end,
it's the best.
Yeah.
It was not a no veto, but there was a moment in time when like the last third of that song was coming together, and Aaron was in like just like a freaking zone. Like it was like we're doing this. I don't even know what combination of us were there, but I know I was for sure. And then it was like, and now we're gonna like reverse mess up the end of the song, and it was just like,
yes,
it was like he was in a flow state, and it just like all really came together. So
it shows, and
there was nothing to veto. It was just working.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And the way you're just like really holding down the beat, Joey, at the end as well.
Yeah.
Like, and you're holding it down, and then the like weird the lap steel and the. Like, is that flute?
Everything's like unraveling.
Like, I don't know.
Mellotron, probably.
Mellotron. Okay, yeah. And it's just everything's just blending and coalescing. It's just bananas. It's my favorite, probably my favorite, easily my favorite song of the album.
Ever.
And that outro is like maybe the best outro. I don't know. It's incredible.
Cool. Is it the best outro we've covered on this show?
It's got to be.
Joey was really in the pocket on that part. Don't you think, guys? He was really in the pocket.
A lot of pockets.
And that was a super easy outro to play live. Like, I know we talked about other songs being hard to learn live, but that outro is so easy. I mean, it just comes right together.
Yeah, we played it correctly 0 times.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever performed that song, actually.
I don't think we did. Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Give Joey the lap seal too with his vibra slap. He's got it
that's right.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Dick Van Dyke at the beginning of was that Mary Poppins? Just stood up with vibra slap and
the one-man band.
Yeah. That was Joey.
That was it. Huh?
Okay, I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. We're thinking, unless we're having a great time, but we're thinking of maybe ending in about 15, 20 minutes. So I have...
Let's wrap this up.
2 things. Yes, sir. I have 2 things I want to get to. I want to talk about some gear specifically. And then after that, I want to talk about how you guys feel about the album now. So I just want to talk about, was there anything interesting, like something you hadn't played with before, and just specifically what you guys all played with? Aaron, what you mic'd with? Like, let's get some specifics. I don't think anyone in our audience really cares about it, but the three of us do. So this is just for us.
Nerd out.
This is probably an Aaron question if you can remember.
I don't. I mean, I remember that we used one mic for each drum.
Okay.
Wow.
We used we used Malasco
So-
drums. Aaron
Yeah.
Malasco
Cool.
builds badass drums, and it was I think it was that kit that you had for the studio.
The red kit, yeah.
The red kit, which was amazing.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
was
feel
just
like
talking to Matt Carter. Thinks he knows where that is.
I was wondering where
Has
that
it.
was, but
Yeah,
Aaron, I have a couple drum kits that he's made, and they just sound so good. And as far as I remember, when we were tracking those, Aaron, like one of my favorite things about I don't like to spend a lot of time on tuning, and his drums just always sounded good.
Nice.
And it was that's I think we might have swapped the snare a couple times, but the guts of that little 4-piece was a kind of a reddish, orangish red, maybe red.
anyone
Malasco
remember
custom
what
drum kit.
month we recorded? Because I'm going in my Google Photos because I know I have photos of it.
I have a ton of
The
photos.
archives.
It was 2005.
Yeah, but do you know what month? There's
It was the fall.
It was raining.
October, November.
there was a picture of me and you in 2005, right? That came right up.
And
here.
Malasco came in and teched, right? Didn't he get things tuned up for us and
I
stuff?
think he would come in at the beginning of the day and kind
Yeah.
of tune them up. Yeah.
There was
then Nick, I just remember Nick kept playing his bass backwards.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
That was
I
so
know.
I played
It's
my
super
bass
annoying.
backwards.
Yeah, he's it's like the bit's over. Just stop doing
Just to-
that. But
just to
he's
show off.
committed. Yeah.
Wait, explain backwards briefly.
Nick's left-handed, and we
He's
can chat about it
left-handed.
all the time.
you ever been a southpaw?
He plays
Okay.
left-handed,
You
like a
don't
weird.
tune it upside down, though, do you?
No,
Okay,
it's a left-handed bass. Yeah,
You
Okay.
can though. Like you'll grab my guitar and play it like a normal person.
I can
You know?
I can
Like,
play
he
guitar.
can totally
Normal
do the.
person.
He can totally
So
do
he
the
can be
thing.
normal. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He just
Hold on.
chooses
Yeah,
not
find
to be.
I'm very, very left-handed. But
Great.
Very left-handed. There was a lot of AC30 on the record because I remember there was one of those
Okay.
in the B room. Get You Out Alive in particular. I know we ran all the rhythms through an AC30. There was like a Bad Cat Cub, I think, in there somewhere.
Yeah,
There's a nice wall of
actually-
heads. Do you have a wall of heads picture? I know I do somewhere, but
Yeah, I've got it
Yeah.
right here. I've
Sweet.
found the photos. That mic I used was that Lawson. Yeah, it was a Lawson. It was like his FET 47, I believe. And then, yeah, the amps were. Oh yeah, we got a JCM 800, 50 watt JCM 800. I think it was like an 87. That THD, there was some.
Oh, yeah.
That THD was on it a bunch. It was like a little 30 watt THD, and
that for sure was on Confidently Dreaming. I remember.
the Pitbull
Mm.
45, the VHT Pitbull 45 for sure, a little bit, but probably mostly the Vox because it was, some of those amps I had in there for the more, tooth and naily kind of bands.
Right.
Oh, there was an orange. There was a.
I
Yeah.
had my
It was
champ,
orange.
my little 76 champ was in the studio at the time too. That we used on some
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel
Nice.
like I remember feeling very. I didn't feel inhibited as far as gear and stuff goes, because I had a really well established kind of arsenal of stuff in there for all these other records I'd produced in that space because I'd been in that space at that point for 4 years, I think.
Hmm.
So we had a lot of good stuff, and then Erick's. Did you have your DeVille then, Eric?
I did, but I don't even know if we like tracked anything through it. I think we
You still have
yeah.
that?
I sold it.
Oh,
Yeah.
disappointed.
I have a different amp now.
This
but
is
yeah.
so just like I think we've lost everybody in the audience.
Yeah.
But
Good.
but we're all here
Oh.
for it. That's the thing.
Okay.
We're just like, hell yeah, no, I get it.
Okay,
I get it,
here's
man.
one.
You
Here's
sold
one
it.
good one. I have one good one. I think that might bring even someone back from the
Okay.
dead.
All right.
Cool.
Which was that when there was a night when Aaron and I stayed up really, really late working on the attic. And there's like so many hilarious, funny
Oh
stories
my
about this
God.
night. And we ended up
Couldn't
meeting
get a
this
hold
guy
of-
on this. So,
Travis.
okay, one other thing I'll say. Every song on this record has a whole set of like alternate lyrics and references
joke
and stuff that we
lyrics
all
that we
joke
had,
lyrics
yeah.
that we all sang.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And one of the things in the attic is like, instead of, I don't know, something about the sadness, it's couldn't get a hold of Travis, because Aaron and I ran into this guy Travis on the street who was sort of like, not even sort of like, but just drunk and having a hard time, and we ended up talking to him for a long time. And anyway, so couldn't get a hold of Travis. Yeah, so there was this night when we were working on the attic till I think it was probably 3 or 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
and we had I won't grab it out of my pedal board because it's zipped up, but like I have a Maxon analog delay pedal that's like a really awesome analog delay,
Pink one.
kind of inspired by like well, it's Blur's behind me, but like kind of a Graham Coxon, just
Yeah.
messy thing. And so we had a lot of fun, like just playing with that thing. So I think it might be the bridge on that song, or there's just a bunch of sweeping
Yeah.
garbage at one point or another that we had a ton of fun dialing in. So now you've got 2 listeners interested again that you'd previously lost.
And their
when
names
we
are
talked about when we talked
One of
about
Josh
them is
Olson
Travis.
and TJ
Yeah.
Smith.
Travis is for sure no longer with us.
Yeah. He was,
But
He's been with us this whole
Yeah.
time.
he was rock
actually.
bottom in 2005. So
I think he tried to make a call on a payphone that wasn't hooked up to anything, if I recall. But anyway,
Oh, no.
fun night.
I've been there.
The hill.
yeah, and oh dang it, I was gonna say something too, and I don't remember what it was. But yeah, we did. I mean,
That's strike
yeah,
one, Aaron.
We lost everybody.
Yeah.
I will say that I do have it in here right now. Not that anybody cares, but this guitar,
No, we do care. That's literally what this show is.
So
Yes.
this guitar is, the guitar I bought in 1992. It's an American Standard from 92. Anyway, it's on every record I've ever done, including all the Portal Lou records. So
Yeah.
Nice.
that, and that's all over that record too. So
Yeah.
Amazing.
yeah.
So are the ones behind me, those GNLs on the wall, ASATs. Yeah, those are all over it too.
Yep.
That's awesome.
You'd love to see it.
So, as we sort of wrap up, I want to go with all of you individually and then collectively. This album is celebrating its 20th anniversary. It's almost old enough to go to the bus stop itself. I want to know how you guys felt about it upon its release, and then how you feel about it now. And I will say, before we get into it, I've messaged, there have been about 4 or 5 people that know that we're recording this like before it comes out, that are really mad at me that I get to talk to you all about it, and they don't get to, because it's a big record for them.
I'll start. I guess, my expectations going into it were high, but when it was done, I was like, okay, anything could happen with this record. That's how I felt about it. I was like, oh shit, this is good. Like, I'm not trying to be weird, but I was very pleased
Right.
with how
Yeah.
it turned out. It was like so much closer to that unattainable thing that you
Vision.
search for your whole life
Yes.
than anything I thought I would ever do. And I was
I
like,
love
whoa.
What a good feeling.
And the funniest story I have about this, I'm going to say really quickly, is I was sitting there working on some record. The record had been out for a while, at least 6 months at this point, probably. And I was producing some other band, and I got a call from Brandon Ebel, and he goes, "Hey, Aaron, hey man, do you know anybody that could sing just like you live?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, well, like if you like, let's say Fair had to do some shows, but you couldn't be there. Is there someone you know that could be the front man for
What is
Fair?
this?
The fuck is this?
And I was like,
What
what
is
are
this?
you talking about?
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Strange question.
And he goes, this is totally against my better judgment that I'm telling you this story right now, but I do not care.
Right.
He goes, so EMI owned 51% of Tooth and Nail at the time, and he said, EMI London, I just got a call from one of the executives there, and they're freaking out about this record, and they think it could do really well in Europe, specifically in the UK, and they want you to come over and tour, but obviously you can't because you're producing records for me. So I was just wondering if you knew anybody that could do this.
Forgot about this.
And
fuck
that
is
was the end of the
You
conversation.
forgot
What
about
the
this.
fuck is this?
And he was like, yeah, they want you to like tour with some of their big bands on like Capitol and all the, these labels over there and stuff. And there was never a discussion about me doing it. It was just, do you know
crazy.
anyone that could do it? And I said no. And he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that was it. That was that.
Yeah.
I remember Joey and I were like, we'll just sell our houses real quick and hop on over
So you
there.
should have been like, Eric can do
Yeah.
it. Eric sounds
We wouldn't
great
have
just
done it
like
without
me.
Aaron,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
we definitely
We
would have
wouldn't
done it
have.
without Aaron.
We would have. We just would have felt kind of bad.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Okay, fair enough.
What's the inverse of that? Did you guys get a call from Brandon Ebel of like, hey, we're trying to find somebody else to front this band. Do you want to come over and do it?
No.
No, I mean,
No?
I think it like obviously highlights a conflict of interest. Clearly, like
Right.
Brandon wanted Aaron to do one thing, and this other opportunity came up, and
He wanted me to do a Hawk Nelson record
That's
instead or whatever.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, you're obviously
Right.
like you're crushing it on this.
No offense.
On
No
this
offense, Jason.
FM Static
I love
record.
you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's just it's like
That's
oranges
just crazy
and
that it wasn't
guavas.
even a consideration to him that like, oh, maybe you could actually go do
Maybe this will be good.
What's crazy
Right.
is that I was so conditioned to be like, oh, that sucks, bye, and just go right back to
That
work instead
is-
of doing something about it as an
Yeah.
adult man that could do something about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
yeah.
I could have been like, what's the name of the fucking person that called you? Give me their
Yeah.
number right
Yes.
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was not in a headspace to where that was even an option for me.
Right,
So-
right. Yeah.
And that is also another episode of this podcast.
for sure.
Yeah.
But,
We'll save that
Great.
for the
We
Patreon.
look forward to it.
That's,
Yeah. It's. I hope you got 12 hours on that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, we're gonna do a
no
whole.
We got so much time.
We're gonna do a whole mini series on this, on the
Yeah.
misadventures.
Aaron's just going to
of Aaron
record
Sprinkle.
by himself. We'll edit it all together. Yeah.
Investigative journalism at its best.
That's right.
There we go.
That's right.
Oh, but as far as now goes, I mean, it's one of those records where I listen to it and I'm like, I just kind of can't believe it
Right.
Yep.
happened. Like,
Yeah.
like that the stars aligned for it to exist is bewildering to me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, and it feels like, it feels, I don't know, I'm just grateful that it does exist. And I know that I joke about this kind of stuff, but I really do now especially believe that songs and moments and things are unearthed and discovered. They're not invented or thought of. I don't even believe in free will anymore as most people think of it. So like I don't think that I think that I just was fortunate to experience something that was sort of destined to happen, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. So
That's amazing.
I love that.
Hot take. It's a good record. It's
It's a fair take.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fair.
fair. Thank you. Nick. Same question to you. How did you feel about the record when it came out, and how do you feel about it now?
Yeah. First, I remembered one of my favorite moments from the studio, so you can just cut this
Tell
part
us.
out if you want to.
Just put it in.
But
No, it's going up top. We're gonna double it.
I was just remembering there was Grab Your Coat, which is the one song I wrote on the record. There you go, guys.
Dude, buried the lead.
Yeah, I forgot about
Buried
that
the
one.
lead for real.
I think I know what you're gonna say right now. But
Yeah. So
This,
So it was
I think
one
we have a
night-
new cold open contender. Right
we were
now.
working
Yes,
on that
for real.
song. I think we were like not that far away from it being done with it, but we were like, Eric and I were just in the studio super late, just the two of us trying to work on this song. And we are just like, this song needs tambourine. And we could not figure out for the life of us how to record a fucking tambourine.
How to like get a track set up and the
We're like
inputs
calling
set.
people and we're like, we can't get anything to work. The microphone won't work. We like could not figure out how to record a tambourine.
Honestly,
dead
so
right
it was a
frustrating.
fucking
I am
nightmare.
dead.
that
It's the
sounds
funniest shit I've
like
ever
like an
heard in my entire
SNL
life.
skit of like
Yes,
tambourine IT.
But then
And,
like
like-
I was like, I gotta go. I don't know what time it was. It was really late. I'm like, I gotta get home. And Eric's like, I'm gonna stay for a while. And then I came back and Eric had recorded that fucking amazing solo that's in that song. And I was just like,
Oh.
oh my God, dude.
Like instead of
Strong
tambourine,
pivot.
Dead of
Strong
night,
pivot.
just there by himself. And I was like, oh my God.
So wait,
It's gonna rip.
this is
so the
good.
guitar was set up.
So the guitar was fine. All we were
Yeah.
trying to do, just for purposes of like kind of demoing the next steps of the song, was just do a quick like keyboard tambourine.
Oh,
And it was just not fucking working. And then I'm like, well, we'll just set up a mic, because I think the mic
Yeah.
was still set up out in
Yeah.
the live room from when Bryn had sung on the attic.
Uh-huh.
And so like, okay, we'll just turn that mic on. I'm not a total moron. We'll just play. And we're like,
Well, play a
can't do that
tambourine,
either.
a real one. Could not get it to work.
Ultimately, I think Austin and Thomason showed up and like after Nick had already gone home, and like he's like, "Oh, this is how you do it." And he's like, "Boop boop 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 boop." It was fine. But yeah, I kind of rage recorded that solo because I just stayed, and I remember sitting in like the chair in front of the console with like my feet up on the console, just like take after take, just like it's this. Anyway, yeah, Nick and I.
awesome.
That's like what Nick and I talk about, the trying to record tambourine thing, like every other time we hang out.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Just want to record a fucking tambourine.
Yeah,
That's so
fucking
good.
tambourine.
Yeah.
My kingdom for a tambourine.
I know, it's exactly. Totally.
So yeah, recording that album was a really busy, crazy time in probably all of our lives. I had probably 2 small children at home, working a new job ish, and like trying to come straight from work to the studio, take off my work clothes, put on my rock clothes, as the people like to.
And that little
Yes,
bowling,
yes,
that little
that-
bag, it looked like a bowling ball.
It was a volleyball bag.
Yeah, we'd always go, how was the league? How was your game, Nick? And you're like,
Are the
it's
lanes?
pretty funny, guys. You've been saying this shit for a
Ball
year.
in a
I
bag.
keep using it. Yeah.
That's great.
So it was like a crazy time, but it was like such a joyful time of creating in that space that it really like centered me in a lot of ways, because it was like so much going on, but I could still get together with these guys every evening or whatever,
Right.
and just create some of my favorite music that we've done.
That's
And,
cool.
so it was
Yeah.
such a blast to do.
Yeah.
And I hadn't listened to it in a very long time. So listening to it again recently, I was just like, yeah, I mean, it sounds great. The songs are well written and performed, I think, not flawlessly. There's always things you want to change, but for the most part, I mean, I think it's a somewhat timeless record.
Nick, real quick, what's your favorite bass moment on the record?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Favorite bass moment. I think recording the attic. Writing that bass line was fun. I mean, it's always, especially when you're recording and Aaron's producing, but we're all producing it, and just being able to be like, this is what I want to do. And then
You're
making
such
sure
a
everybody else is
fucking
on
bassist.
board.
You're such a bassist.
But nobody's
You're
like-
just like
nobody's like
the most
"No,
chill guy.
that
You're like
doesn't
everyone
really-"
else was great. Yes, yeah. I just enjoyed being there. I had a great time. There are some great fucking bass moments on this record.
Well, thank you.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, just the space to, like Aaron was saying. I mean, we all trust each other,
Yeah.
Because we've,
Yeah.
all friends and we know what we can do. And so just that space of being able to be like, what if I just did this and then see if it works? And so, yeah, that's led to a lot of great moments like that.
Nick is also the guy, just to give Nick some additional praise, but in all the music I've worked on with Nick over the years, every song, he's the guy that has like that one idea that like takes it from here to here. He's like got a really good ear for like that. What, I don't know what it is because Nick's doing it. I'm not doing it. He's the one that's doing it. But whatever that thing is that Nick has, he just always elevates the song when you least expect it. But now we've all just come to expect it. So I like looking at the track listing. I'm like, oh, Nick had this thing here, this thing here, this thing here, this thing here. So he's just really good at that.
You're too modest.
We take him for granted.
You're too modest, Nick. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by you're like the constant.
Watch those bases. Yeah.
I love that, Eric. That's awesome.
So, Joey and Eric, you guys now have to fight to the death over
Play Halo to decide
who's going to end the podcast.
Yeah.
Who between the two of y'all, who do you think has the most profound revelation about this album?
To play us out?
This is the end of the podcast. It's the end of the podcast. Which of y'all thinks your opinion is more important?
Can I say it as an opinion of someone who moved away? So I moved a year after this record came out, which shows you how well it was doing. No, I'm just kidding. I moved to Nashville to play more drums, and Aaron moved a couple years later. You were down here for how long? How long were you down here? 12 years, 13 years?
Almost 13. Yeah, I moved
13.
in 2012, so it was a little. After you did.
So when I listened to this record, I so vividly and clearly remember that time. And as someone that has done a lot of music and played a lot of music, I guess, professionally or more kind of in this world, I can say hands down that working with these dudes and making this record and being a part of it is I've never been more proud of anything that I've ever done. And usually at some point I get choked up when I listen to this record because I just think of my best friends and this record that we all made together. And then Nick's song comes on and then I just skip it to the next. But no, I'm just kidding. But truly, I am the asshole of the band for sure. And that's saying something to take it from Eric.
That is, yes.
But it means I'm so proud of it, and I think that even when you guys reaching out to do this, or I played a country festival last weekend, and met a friend of a friend, the drummer who's playing for the country band Diamond Rio, and he knows about Aaron and Aaron's work, and he goes, somebody said something. Oh, Joey played in Fair, and he literally goes, "You play drums in Fair?" And I was like, yeah, we're actually doing this podcast coming up. And he goes, I love both records, but that first record's amazing, which I thought, those are few and far between. But I feel like if somebody gets this record or if they like it, it means a lot to me. And for me personally, I'm glad to have that like timestamp of a really special time in my life that I'll always remember. And I just want to put this damn thing out on vinyl. That's pretty much all I want in life.
Joey. Thank you for sharing that. That means a lot. I anecdotally too have had really wild encounters with people that I would not expect to even know about Fair, but tell me like, oh, this album means a lot to me. Like people that I look up to musically that, or that I meet or whatever, people I'm not going to name drop, but it would be a name drop if I told you who that was. And like
Bono. That
kind of stuff is crazy sometimes when you encounter that. And I honestly, I'm not just trying to be a dick, but I think Disappearing World's a way better record. Like I love Disappearing World even more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is the thing that Joey captured really well is that I think this does encapsulate a time more than Disappearing World did. It has this snapshot of a moment. Disappearing World was a little more pieced together, I feel like, and Joey didn't live in Seattle, and I was in even a darker place when we did that record. So, but which made for some really good songs on it. But yeah, I think it is special to us for that reason. And when we meet someone out in the real world that it gleaned a little bit of that from it, it feels like a really incredible connection that is like, and I do think this is one of those moments where, we were greater than the sum of our parts. These four guys together did something that would be impossible to plan or try to engineer and reproduce.
For sure.
Yeah, it just was a thing that happened, and I'm really grateful to you guys for this existing. It wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you, and it means a lot to me. And it's my wife Shelly, she's like, yeah, I like all your stuff, but I really like Fair. Like that's her favorite.
Nice, great,
man. Nice. She's like, your stuff's fine, but Fair is really
Fair
good.
Fair's great.
To be fair,
that would be a great place to end the podcast if we didn't also have to talk to Erick. Street Fighter 879
Street Fighter 868
to get
Halo champ
to get his opinion on this.
Yeah, I mean, these are guys that I love dearly. Like these are my brothers, and I feel like when we made this record, we were just kind of firing on all cylinders, sort of in a zone where it's like the fact that it came together the way it did makes no sense. But then at the same time, I have a story about like every single song. And like, I remember the minute details, and we've talked about some of them today, but like, there's just like a story behind, I'm just looking at the track list. Like there's a story behind every track. Mostly about like how much I loved working on it with these dudes, and I think I had that period of time too. I don't know if I've laughed more than I did during the time, like when Fair was like, when we kind of lived in the same area and we were playing shows and like working on this record in particular, like we just laughed our ass off the whole time we made this thing. Like just the stuff we would see outside the studio, or like just what would happen like, it wasn't even like debaucherous or crazy in that way. It was just like everything was funny, and then at the same time we were like making music that we just felt was the music we were supposed to make at the time. And I think Aaron alluded to it too, where it's like these things we just like kind of pull down. We just download this shit from the universe somehow. And I think for me, like maybe like when you guys invited us on this podcast was a month or two ago, probably longer ago, because it took us a while to get it scheduled. But I went on a run and like listened to the whole thing, and I hadn't done that in a really long time. And I just was like, I was like bawling at certain points, because I had remembered like certain moments in the studio, or just like, I remember being in the studio really late at night when Joey was doing the drums on pause, and it was like really dark, and like I could barely see him in the live room, and it was just this and this pounding, and just like Aaron and Nick and I, and they're just like, just everything felt great. And like we were also like learning about new music then too. Like I heard the band Mew for the first time, like in the compound when we were working on that record, and like just it was just so much cool stuff happening at once, and so it's hard for it not to be a very special musical moment, and like just to have made it with three of my best friends, and just again people I consider brothers, was like kind of a privilege of a lifetime for me. And it's still fun that we can like text about it, like every 6 months to a year, someone will be like, I listened to the record today, or just a song popped up, and we just tell each other that we love each other, because like what else are you gonna do? Like,
right,
sure, we like had conflicts as a band, like sure we didn't do the 10 records, but like who fucking cares? Like we love each other, and we tell each other that we love each other. And I think that's really important. And we have some music we can be proud of at the same time. So I don't know how it really gets better than that. So
Yeah.
that's my
I was
take.
going to say
amazing.
the record also slaps. So that helps.
Totally.
That's awesome because like we could just be like saying all the same shit, but it's just like a really bad like blues rock.
yeah, like that. Yeah,
and we're all like wearing like Ray-Bans on the cover of it.
Yeah.
There's this terrible blues rock stuff. So like, this is a tangent, but my son started joking around about like the concept of buy one get one free at some point, like in the last year. So I was like, there's got to be a song called "Buy One Get One Free," and so I drive my kids to school every morning and try to torture them with just being me and or like even adding something to the mix. And like I found this terrible like blues jam called "Buy One Get One." Buy One Get One Free, and it was just like buy one get one free, and then just like anyway. So yeah, we could have been the buy one get one free band that like didn't understand.
You guys so easily could have been like a shitty like dad blues rock band, but you weren't. You weren't.
There's still time.
Yeah, still time.
That's true.
I like
That's true. Okay,
Let's jam.
So my last hard-hitting question is: when are you guys going to reunite to do a live rescoring of Buckaroo Banzai?
Yes.
Because that should be the next fair project.
It's the next record, man.
I mean, that's a really good idea.
We need to see the movie on the
Are
screen.
you talking about like when the symphony plays along with Harry Potter, but we play along?
Yes,
with
but you guys, do the live score to Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah,
I think that's got to be the next fair project.
What if we score the Buckaroo Banzai movie that they never made?
Ooh,
Buckaroo Banzai versus the Eastern Crime Syndicate or whatever it was.
Yes.
Is it the end
Sequel?
credits?
Okay.
We'll just make our own
This is it.
score to the
I like that.
non-existent movie.
That's a really nerdy.
I'm just
really
trying to plant some seeds.
You make fun of these you make fun of these headphones, and then you guys
And
start
then you say
having
shit like that.
Listen.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I guarantee you, no one will show up but the three of us.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe not even Josh. It may just be me, but
Yeah.
I'm here for
Joey and
it.
Eric won't.
No, I'm not. I'm out. I'm not going to
That
do
movie is in.
Joey's out.
I would say that movie's in the top 2 movies of as far as how many times I've seen. A movie.
What's the
I
other
think
one?
It might be Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
sure.
that tracks.
And No Country for Old Men. I've seen for some reason I would watch that one when I made records, but to turn the sound off and just play No Country for Old Men over and over and over, which is kind of fucked up. But
I mean, we're all in youth group. Wouldn't it be Princess Bride?
Yes, it would be Princess Bride.
Okay, double feature: Buckaroo Banzai, Princess Bride, new score by American rock band Fair. Listen,
I actually saw
you guys could
Buckaroo
tour this.
Banzai in the theater in a double feature with The Last Starfighter in Orange County, California.
Oh, that's so good. That's such a good
Now,
double
the last
feature.
Starfighter, I'm in for that.
Okay, all right, triple feature.
Joey's
triple
back.
feature.
What do we do now? We die.
Can we add Flight of the Navigator for Joey?
And Flight of the Navigator. Listen,
Oh, yeah.
all right, guys.
I'm doubling.
We have a whole idea for a touring concert. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. You
Yeah.
guys
Like,
just score all of these
We could
plus the first album in its entirety.
Perfect.
Listen,
There's got to be a
We-
couple
we
more
do-
ideas we can add to get even less people to come to it.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
more
Right,
niche.
Darren.
Yeah.
We can redo the soundtrack for Lady Hawk.
yeah,
Speaking of
there it
Alan
is. There it
Parsons
is.
project.
There it is. You guys will sell tens of tickets across the
Yeah,
nation.
maybe.
No blue dots for us on the old Ticketmaster.
Amazing. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about briefly? Is there anything else you guys want to share? What you're doing before I do our whole Patreon and sign us out?
Anything to watch for with
Anything?
this record on wax
Yeah.
or anything?
Eric, you can talk about Subways.
I mean,
Otherwise?
we are trying to get this thing out on vinyl. That's no secret. We've tried a number of times over the years, and I guess what we could say at this point is that we're the closest we've ever gotten to the closest we've ever gotten to maybe making it work.
Yeah.
Is it both Fair Records or just this one for now?
So
let's just start with one.
All
yeah.
right. All right.
It's a licensing issue. Like, unfortunately, it's always a licensing issue. So it's just about like getting someone to respond to you.
Yeah,
Right.
like a website to work, or like it's just it's administrivia up the ass.
So the people that actually would have the final say, we have their blessings 100%. It's just the logistics of it now at this point. So that sucks, but we'll see what happens.
Godspeed.
Right.
We're gonna do it. We're
right.
gonna do it. Mark our words, it will happen. But
All right.
I'm going to end this episode. Here's my final strike. Here's my strike 3. I'm going to let everyone know this is now available on the Church Names Now YouTube.
Please. Somebody's got to get it out there.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show. For all of our jammers, if you enjoy this, we have more nonsense like it at our Patreon and patreon.com/churchnamesnowpodcast. Of course, may all your favorite bands stay together, and peace out, Mon Frères.
So
The end. Thank
Mon
you,
Frères?
guys. Mon Frères.
Nice.
And
you
also,
did it.
don't
There it is.
forget to check out ericknewbill.com.
Eric, I'm gonna use the bathroom and then I'll log on and let's play this game. Let me go get my headset.
Church jams now. Christian music from the 90s, 2000s, and today.
Okay, but I told the guys I was moving. It was like da da da. And they were like, I remember the three of you went to like go get drinks to talk about if you were gonna get another drummer or whatever. Which I was leaving, and I can't remember. Maybe I won't say who it was, but you guys played with someone, or I think rehearsed with someone, and you said it went okay, but it just felt different. Everybody drums felt different. And then you guys went to go get a drink afterwards at a bar, and I think whoever it was said, "Oh, you guys drink or something." But then Aaron just goes, "Just so you know, we all drink and smoke." So, and then that was just it. Like it was just. That was just
like, I don't.
done.
Yeah, I think we're. And then you guys were like,
So was it Bart Milner?
No, it was Aschenbrenner.
It was Joey. Different Joey.
Damn, Aaron.
Yeah.
How do you remember that name?
Who is that?
Dude,
Was it? It was Joey Aschenbrenner. Was
Joey
I think so,
Aschenbrenner.
yeah. Bart Milner. I mean, we're talking third. That was in the 90s. That was early 90s. He had an AOT kit. Remember AOT?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Badass drums from Canada.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to tell you guys that I'm the new drummer for Pearl Jam?
It's a great time.
Perfect.
I forgot to say.
Stop
it.
recording. Stop
That's
recording.
the new cold open.
That's it.
Also, do we both have the fucking fair thing on our wall? Move your head.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
What is
That's
that
amazing.
thing?
Awesome.
What is that?
Well, we
It's
all have them. I don't know if you got rid of yours. Remember, we all like signed them for each other.
Yeah.
Aaron doesn't remember
I don't
clearly,
remember.
but yeah.
I don't have it. I know that I
Yeah.
don't have it. But
I want to
yeah.
believe he has it.
where could I buy one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is
Hey,
somebody bought.
You could
I
sell
got
those.
Well, I got it, which is funny because I just got like an email. We have like a fair email address still, but like it's not. It's we don't really do anything with it. But I got an email the other day that somebody had like placed an order for one of those
Thanks, Susan.
for one of those posters, and I think something else, and I was like, where? Like where? Like we must
Josh,
have a band camp
now's
that
the
I
time to
forgot
fess
about.
up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, but it's somebody in Washington, and we're going to be, so Nick and I have another band, Subways on the Sun, and we're going to be in Tacoma this coming weekend mixing. And so I was thinking, instead of finding a poster tube, because I don't keep those on hand anymore to mail out fair merch,
You're just
how
gonna deliver
far
How
is this
dare
guy's
you.
house from where I'm going to be? Because I think it's south, and like maybe I just like drop it on his doorstep and like get out of there. But
You should definitely knock on the door.
but I also realized that I think he ordered it in like March, which is like
Of 2007.
which is like which is like
March
it's
of
also like
2007.
definitely in keeping with like fair merch. Like when we were in the zone, like mailing out copies of like best worst case scenario. Like at the time, it was like my wife and I were like, it was like fast, well oiled machine. Now, if somebody orders something, it could be. I mean, he may
It could
never
be
get it.
6 months.
So
It
He's gonna
could
Are
be
you gonna
12
be at-
years.
Are you going to be at Dawn's place by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Don Farwell.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, sick.
we're gonna be there all weekend.
Oh, really? This coming weekend?
This coming weekend.
Oh, cool. I mean, I might have to come by.
Yeah, you should.
I ran into him at Costco maybe 3 weeks ago, and he told me about his new room and
Yeah,
The most inside of baseball.
yeah,
yeah. We're
Yeah.
we're finishing mixing the Subway's record. So
cool.
dude, that's awesome. That's super cool. Do you want to Venmo Aaron and I for the poster still?
Yeah,
so
Joey,
yeah.
I'm
So
glad you
Yeah,
To be
cut.
fair,
the splits are going to be favorable.
Yeah.
Eric still has to
To be
pay, or Aaron still has to pay Eric for the
yes.
practice
Actually,
space.
just take it out of the
So I
practice
think it
space.
all
That's
balances
right.
out.
That's right.
Comes out in the wash, guys.
We do still joke around about that Wells Fargo card that Joey used to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, the fair card.
We had like a band account for a time, like when we would go play shows and stuff, and so even now we'll be.
Well,
like,
we had
Joey,
it until Joey moved to.
until Joey
Yeah.
moved
Yeah,
and,
just-
yeah.
and
Clear it up.
betrayed us.
Yeah.
Till Judas moved to Nashville, but
We'll go get drinks and be like, "Hey, Joey, can you just put that on the fair card?"
yeah,
Oh yeah, man. I
I
got
think
it.
you literally
I
brought that up.
can, but the's no money in the account.
Yeah, I can. It's
or an
gonna-
account.
Yeah, and it expired in 2008.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
I think so. Yeah, it's in my wallet.
Listen.
It's in my chain wallet.
You,
What's
you
in
should
your
sell
wallet?
that. You should sell that
know.
as fair merch.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
Totally.
highest bidder.
There you go.
Thanks for listening to Church Jams Now. If you liked the show, please consider leaving us a rating or a review. It really helps, and we might even read your review on the show. You can also join our Patreon at patreon.com/churchjamsnowpodcast. Tiers start at $5 per month for tons of bonus content, but you can even join for free to get access to our discussion boards, cast your vote on future episodes, and more. Peace out, Montfrères.
Aaron, I'll try not to. I'll try not to upset you any more than I already have.
Yeah. I don't have
know.
high hopes.
I know. To be fair, I don't either, but I'm gonna try.